Right, so welcome, Waigaji Kakalsa, Waigaji Footy. Um, so our usual Thursday stint, um, it's been going on now for about 12, 13 years. You know, it's quite a significant commitment to maintain this flow, to make sure people can dip in and out, in and out, in and out. But meditation, as much as meditation is valuable, which it is, it's very valuable, but it's like someone showing you how to walk. Yeah. Meditation in reality is learning to become aware. And when you become aware, you go out of your little psychodramas and you live life more regulated, basic level. But with meditation, we also need wisdom. Wisdom. Where are we walking? What do you encounter? Because how much do you know about consciousness? Just a simple question. How much do you know about consciousness? Apart from your own conscious of being drunk, asleep, drowsy, dreaming, or dreamless sleep. That's it. What else do you know? Nothing. Because we don't know anything about this, we need to recognize that we may be ignorant of what's out there. Or, in other words, what consciousness allows you to access. It's like this. So imagine that the whole universe is like a signal. Just signal, 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 signal. These signals, they get modulated, meaning that you need to have something through which the signal, so the signal comes in, goes into the radio, and through the radio, the voice is produced, right? If you break the signal, break the radio, what happens to the signal? Does it cease to exist? No. That's what you and I are. So we then begin to realize, oh, okay, interesting. If that's the case, and we know that the whole universe is electromagnetic, we know that. Doesn't matter what the science is telling you, we know that, right? That's just a known fact. How do you know that? Because that's the basis of existence. In expansion, contraction, expansion, contraction. That's just the way everything works, right? Cyclic. So once we realize that the universe may be this whole set of signals and frequencies that become present here, there, and everywhere, we can then allow ourselves to look at ourselves, redefine ourselves according to that new worldview. And you will find that when you redefine yourself according to that new worldview, you can then see things make more sense. Just everything makes more sense. Life and death makes a different sense. You realize life and death is not a question of it something starts, ends, and that's the end of it. No, the signal still remains. It finds a new form to modulate it from, right? So, in other words, in the ocean, the wave arises. That's what you and I are, constant change. So, through meditation, we begin to recognize the nature of reality, tat, the nature of reality. And the nature of reality are basically on a few things that you can and I can observe. Number one, everything changes irrespective of whether you want it or not. Nothing stays the same. Nothing can stay the same. Nothing can. Truth is that which doesn't change. Hmm. We've always been looking for truth. Well, what's the definition of truth? Truth is that which doesn't change. Otherwise, how can it be true? All that which changes is from that reference point. So, through meditation, you begin to recognize that there is an unchanging experience that you begin to have consistently. You feel at moments you're at peace. You feel in that peacefulness, there's stillness, there's silence. yet you still exist. And it's consistent. So out of 100 meditations, 20 might take you there. Well, what does that tell you? That there is something that's unchanging about you. Unchanging. That's the truth of you. So through meditation, we begin to cultivate awareness. Through wisdom, nature of reality, we begin to then apply that awareness to what's happening, to make sure that we become aware of our experience of this life. And that's the nature of reality. Everything changes, yet you remain unchanging. Your thoughts are changing, your body's changing, your emotions are changing, but you still remain you. When you're watching your breath move, you will notice that in order for you to know that the breath is moving, you must be still. How else do you know? If you are moving and the breath is moving, how do you know who's moving? Relativity, no? Something has to be in a fixed space to know something else is moving in reference to it. So you realize eyes remain still, but the breath is moving. An experience. The consistency of those experiences added to that allows trust to emerge. That there is that within me, that not that within me. There is that I am. Because it isn't God's within me, right? That's just stupid. If He's within you, then what's outside? Do you see what I mean? It doesn't make sense. All is as the ocean is, and the waves are, and the ice cubes are, and the icebergs are, and the steam is, and the clouds are, all is made of the same thing. Nothing is outside the other. Nothing is. It just is. There is different densities to it, which makes form appear, but that's a different conversation. Okay, so where are we now? We've now understood that, yep, there is change, and change is constant. We've now perhaps experientially understood that there are moments in which we experience ourselves to be still, but all else to be changing. So we know that's experiential. We know that's the truth, right? Every time you speak the truth, every time you observe the truth, you strengthen yourself. One easy way or one way to bring joy into life is to realize the temporary nature of life. And as counteractivity, well, counterintuitive it sounds, but it allows us to live a life in which we truly are joyful for the cup of coffee. We're truly joyful. Sitting in your meditation first thing in the morning and saying, hey, what if this was the last time? Makes it a little bit more present. Nature of life, right? Everything has a start, middle, end. Change. Now bring it to yourself. The moment we encounter that, then what has been the purpose of your life? Ask yourself. 100 years from today, 50 years from today, who cares? Do you think they'll even remember your name? No, meaningless. Yet we create such drama and such activity. Perhaps if we took life less seriously, we may be like the flowers in the tree. We're here to be here, not to do anything else. Yeah? If the bees come, the birds come, and our perfume, all is good. No? A different attitude. Because if we take it upon ourselves that I must have meaning and I must have purpose, my friends, maybe you don't. Maybe you don't. Maybe your being here is simply the gift, and the gift never has a purpose. does it? A gift comes out of love. Yeah, your beloved gave you the gift of their handkerchief or their scarf. Doesn't mean you're going to wear it. It's a gift, you treasure it. And we begin to then recognize, since everything is changed, and I too am subject to the same change, and there is this mortality thing at some stage, all I can experience is the present moment. And the more I become aware of the present moment, the more embedded I become in life. Doesn't make any difference now whether I have a purpose or not, because my living is my purpose. That's it. Who am I to dictate what my purpose ought to be when you had no choice whatsoever to be here in the first place? Yeah? If you said, well, I think I'm going to go on Earth, go to Coventry, go to sort that place out, mate. Yeah? Or whatever, bring a bit of meditation or whatever. I can understand. We can all say, yeah, we've been there, yeah. But you will find the cycle is no, that's not the way it works. So we allow ourselves to gradually, through our experience, observe the changing nature of reality, understanding there is nothing that's permanent, so you can't hold on to anything. Because nothing is permanent, nothing belongs to you. Neither your body, nor your pain, nor your joy, because you didn't create them, did you? You'll say, well, I'll create this experience called pain. You're subject to it. It's part of the gift. It's part of the gift. And we run away from it. Yeah. And perhaps the most important part of the gift, because it's the one part of the gift that will make you grow. Pain, suffering. One part of the gift that will make you grow. Everything else keeps you in a happy medium place. So we realize, this duality of pain and absence of pain, or suffering and absence of suffering, dukh and sukh, are part of the unfolding nature of life. So everything is changing, nothing is permanent. You can't hold on to anything. You can't hold on to yourself, let alone anything else. Nothing belongs to you. And most importantly, nothing will give you lasting satisfaction. Nothing. That's the nature of change. Yeah. You want a new phone and you really desire for it. The moment you get it, the energy shifts. It goes from desire, grasping, to attachment. And now, in this age, 2023, we have perhaps one of the largest growing industry is storage, because people can't let go of the rubbish they've collected. Right? Now, the danger of this is, one, it obviously crowds space, right? More importantly, the moment you die, all that you thought was yours and precious, it's like when you go to sleep, it all disappears. That you spent all your life collecting, it's in a jumble sale. No one cares. No one cares. So, through our lived experience, through the meditative experience, we then begin to cultivate a lifestyle on these principles. If nothing is mine, then why do I need to get possessive about things? Yeah? Because if I'm possessive about something, that attachment, the moment it is interfered with, it creates distress in me. So why do I need that? If my life is simply like taking off from an airport, going to land on a destination, and this flight is 70 years or 60 years or whatever it is, why should I start building my houses in it? Yeah? When itself is temporary. Why should I make it permanent? This is the way it has to be. Realize the nature of things, so you don't attach yourself to those things that hold you down, keep you embedded, provide you with distress in life. Once you realize I can't hold my own self, what else am I going to hold? Allows us to flow in life as opposed to try and grapple with life, trying to make things work. So through meditation, we begin to realize nature of life, nature of existence, change, impermanence, etc., etc. More importantly, you will also begin to learn the drama you play with yourself, that little mind of yours, the little ego. It's not the mind, it's the ego. It's not the mind. All right. The mind is the container. Ego is the content. That content is made out of your language and whatever you've been watching on TV or listening to people or your education or whatever. Right? That's it. That's what we assume to be our reality, ourselves. It's the lens through which we look, observe the world. This is the bit that you poke and it reacts. This is the bit that holds onto things. Memory comes part of this. It has activities of like different parts of it. So the mind in itself, the container, is like the light bulb. It's a analogy that really works well. Is so think of a light bulb and think of a lampshade, right? The light bulb is your consciousness. It is the nature of who you are. The lampshade is the structure of your egoic self. And then whatever is the pattern is then your personality. Make sense? And we identify with the lampshade. When you look at a lamp, you're not looking at the light, you're looking at the lampshade. And that's how we react and interact with each other, lampshade to lampshade, never going beyond the lampshade. Yeah? And looking at the light. So through this, we begin to realize the absolute fundamental nature of what you are is awareness. And it's a simple exercise that you can prove to yourself. Whatever you are observing cannot be you. Agree with that? Whatever you are observing cannot be you. Does that make sense? Okay. So you are observing this. Can't be you then, can it? Because you are the subject observing the object. Yeah? So there's a difference. And if that rule is true, which it is, then you will realize, well, if I'm observing my thoughts, then I can't be my thoughts. And if I'm observing my mood, then I can't be my mood. Because I'm the observer of it. And meditation is becoming the observer. That's really all it is. Becoming the observer, so we dissociate ourselves from the lampshade and begin to realize that we are this. The light is you are. And you know, when it speaks, you are the light, that's what it's speaking about. It's not there's a bulb that's going to go off. Yeah? Your awareness is that light. And the way to prove that is like this. If you went into a dark room with blindfolds on, can you tell me what's in the room? No. Why? Because you need light. But you can tell you're in the room. So what light are you using there? Awareness is the light. The cultivation of awareness is how bright it gets. The further you get away from the lampshade, more towards the light, the more aware you become. And yes, you still have a lampshade, but you don't become the lampshade. Yeah? You don't live as the lampshade. So that's how wisdom with practice, that gives you the map, which way you're walking. And as you're walking, there are signposts along the way. Contentment is the first one. A little bit of contentment, peace. Compassion is the second one, where you begin to actually do something that is of value to you. Intrinsic value. You ain't doing this for health and all that. Yes, it's part of it, but there's an intrinsic value why you're doing this, to be with yourself, right? And as we develop, you will find when these two come together, there's like an integration that takes place, and then that expresses as a lifestyle. And then there are other factors along the way. So these are the signposts that we begin to notice down the path. Otherwise, introducing people to meditation without guidance, I feel, is an irresponsible act. And the reason is because it induces all sorts of things, and we are dealing with some of that now because we see that. They don't know who else to go to, right? So it's important to realize that this isn't all unicorns and rainbows, that this is a serious deconstruction process, and there are little spaces that one has to go through. Okay, do a bit of meditation, I guess, since that was what we're here for. Yeah. Okay. So begin with simply just adjusting your posture, making sure the back is upright and straight, shoulders are pulled back a little bit, but not hunched. And you want to take time to look at the body. We don't spend enough time. We admire it from the outside, but we don't kind of physically allow ourselves to move within the body. So if you pull your chin in, you'll find the back of the neck will stretch a little bit, and you don't want to overdo it, but you want to bring the head, neck, and spine in alignment. Okay. Next breath in, and you want to bring your focus to your posture and just notice, are you comfortable? And allow yourself to become comfortable. So that might mean slightly relaxing yourself. And then next breath in, you bring your focus once again to the body as a whole. And this time you want to scan it from the top of your head, moving down. And you're looking for sensations that are dominant. So it could be a pain, an ache, a tightness, an itch. Just moving down, inspecting your body. Inspecting your body all the way down. And if you find anything that's dominant, all you do is locate it. No judgment, no nothing. Just locate it. Next breath in, bring your focus now to the seat you're on. And allow yourself to be held by that seat. And what that means is you can allow yourself to be slightly softer within yourself, soften yourself. So even though the bones, the skeleton is erect and upright, the flesh is a little bit more relaxed, held by the seat, the chair beneath you. And then locate yourself. Just taking a moment to locate yourself in reality at the moment of now. So right this moment, the only place you can be is here, wherever you are. Surrounded by the environment that you're in, able to breathe only the air that's in front of you. There's a little speck of consciousness in the city you're in. And then just taking it a bit further in the country that you reside right now. Allow yourself to locate yourself, locating yourself on the planet itself. That this moment is simply moving through the solar system, as with everything else. Yet you are in this infinite space, allowing yourself to be located, recognizing that in this moment, all the stars that exist, all the light that exists, all the plants that exist, all the fish, everything that exists in the air, on the ground, in space, and in water exists with you right this moment. You share this moment. Bringing your focus now to the sensations where your body makes contact with your seat. And just notice there are sensations, and as you breathe in, you bring your focus up. Notice your hips. Remember, all you're doing is scanning. No judgment, no commentary. Gently moving your focus down your thighs. Again, the purpose, the intention is to scan. Scanning for sensations. From your knees, you move down towards your ankles. Notice your feet. And then bringing your focus to the soles of your feet. Once again, bringing your focus back to the seat. Notice your back is straight and upright. And then as you breathe in, you allow this awareness to gently move up your lower back towards your middle back. From your middle back, you move up towards your shoulder blades, scanning. And then notice your shoulders. See if you can soften your shoulders a little bit. And then from your shoulders, you move down to your elbows. Moving down to your wrists. And then notice the palms of your hands. And then notice the fingers. Gently bring your focus towards your eyes. Scanning around your eyes. And then bring your focus, recognizing the darkness. The fact that you have awareness of the darkness or thoughts or the back of your eyelids. And this awareness cannot be switched off. Allowing this awareness to become aware of itself. And then as you breathe out, allowing your eyes to soften and relax. Next breath in, bringing your focus towards your mouth. And once again, just notice the sensations within your mouth, on the roof of your mouth, inside cheeks. Notice your tongue. Allow it to soften. Allow the jaw to soften. And as you breathe out, you allow the face to soften. Next breath in, once again, becoming aware of yourself as best as you can. Just notice the body, any sensations that are dominant, before we move within the body. Next breath in, bring your focus within yourself, to your inner space, your inner climate. And this means your thoughts, your mental space. Do you feel alert or do you feel drowsy? Is there clarity or does it feel foggy? Are you attentive or are you distracted? And then bringing your focus to your chest, holding this awareness just on the surface of your chest, allowing the chest to move by itself, allowing the breath to breathe by itself. Notice as the breath comes in, the chest expands, and as the breath goes out, the chest relaxes. Holding your focus just on the surface of your chest. And then gently moving this focus a bit deeper into yourself. And you're going to try and hold your focus as deep, as central as you can within yourself. And as you hold your focus there, begin to notice how you're actually feeling right now. Is this moment enough? Do you feel settled? Do you feel unsettled? How do you feel? And then on your next breath out, opening your awareness to all the sounds around you. Allowing any noise to come to you. You're not looking for it, just listening. Gently bring your focus just beneath your nose and begin to watch your breath. Holding your focus beneath your nose with a little bit of effort, your commitment is to stay with your breath and allow the breath to breathe by itself. Stay with your breath. Notice how the breath is constantly changing. Notice that your breath has four parts to it. The in breath stops, there's a little gap. The out breath stops, there's a little gap. See if you can notice the four parts of your breath. Stay with your breath. Notice your in breath has a start, middle, end. Your out breath has a start, middle, end. Notice as you watch the breath moving and changing, the observer remains still while the breath is moving. Like standing on a bridge, watching a two-way traffic. Begin to follow your out breath all the way till the end. Allow it to finish by itself. And as you follow your out breath, allow your body to soften a little bit further, allowing you to relax, yet remain alert. Simply by following your out breath all the way till the end. Notice how you're breathing now. How does the breath feel? Does it feel light or does it feel heavy? Does your breath feel long or does it feel short? Does your breath feel rough or does it feel smooth? And now, as best as you can, bringing your focus to the sound of your breath. Try and listen to the in breath as it comes in. Try and listen to the out breath as it goes out. Stay with your breath, listening to the in breath, listening to the out breath as best as you can. Next breath out. Once again, just opening your awareness to all the sounds around you, including the sound of your breath. And we use the sound of the bell to move deeper into the silence, using the breath as an anchor, as and when we need. Gently bring your focus just beneath your nose, sitting with your breath in silence. Next breath out, expanding your awareness to include your whole body again. Notice how the body feels. Does it feel still? Bringing your focus to the sensations where your body makes contact with your chair or your seat. Gently becoming aware of your hips, moving your focus down your thighs towards your knees, gently, carefully, meticulously. And then from your knees, allowing this awareness to move towards your ankles. Notice your feet and the soles of your feet. Coming back to your seat, notice you're still held in place, embedded here and now. Your back is straight and upright, shoulders, arms, hands comfortable. Your eyes are still closed, your mouth is still closed, and your face is still relaxed. Coming back to your breath. As the breath comes in, you can sense your body. As the breath goes out, you can sense your body. Breathing in, you're still. Breathing out, you're still. When you hear the next bell, use this bell to draw slow, deep breath in, and in your own good time, gently opening your eyes, coming back to the room. Take your time.